Now, in order to get your panel clean for your next clear job, you need to use this wax and grease remover like I said. What you do is you take a rag like this, and remember, mostly all bikes or cars, people put wax on them. Okay, that's normal. Well, instead of using Liquid Joy or Palmolive, this is what they use to ensure that you don't get fish eyes or anything else. I'm going to try and do this one-handed. So you get a little bit on there. It's clear. You start rubbing it on there, and you can see. Now what this does is that solvent gets right on the panel, and it lifts the wax and everything else right off. And you just keep wiping it. Okay? That way when you go to sand, you aren't sanding the grease and the grime back into the paint. Because remember, the two things we want are a clean surface and a smooth surface. Now you can see how dull it's getting. This is not a reducer, it's not a thinner, it kind of smells like a real thin turpentine. But like I said, it's a surfactant. That means it gets on the panel, it lifts the wax and the grease and everything off, it gets between it, and then you wipe it off. Now, you say, well, why do you need to go to that extent? The reason is, if you look right down in here, let's see if I can do this. You see there's wax down in there and there's wax in here. All kinds of places for wax to hide. Like right down in there, or up in here, you can see the white. Now all that can cause you huge problems if, right up here, if you're not aware of it. Also, when you go to sand, or when you'll get wax underneath here and on the other side, and that can get into the paint job, because wax and paint don't mix. So that's why you use this. And I'll use this religiously on all my new paint jobs, because since I'm using that such expensive clear. And you can buy this for, like, I don't know, it's like 12 bucks for a quart. It's a lot of money, but we got to remember too that all of this stuff is based on petroleum, and gasoline just went up 17% like in one day, because they got some Mickey Mouse excuse that there'll be a shortage of supplies or all that nonsense. There's no shortage, but all they have to do is say, well, look, the weather was bad in Florida, therefore we got to raise all your gas prices 20 cents a gallon. They'll do it. So that's how I'm going to do the job. Okay.